People think the HOA is harmless until it isn't. In our neighborhood, it wore linen blazers and carried clipboards, and the clipboard belonged to Karen, who treated everyone like a problem to be managed. I'd been on her radar for months. Didn't attend meetings, refused to join her neighborhood watch, and once had the nerve to argue about fence height. Petty, passive-aggressive stuff. Until one morning when I opened my driver door and found a sealed evidence bag tucked under the seat, a little pile of miscellaneous items, and a note that read, "Concern, illicit activity observed." It was staged. The handwriting looked like the same looping scrawl from the anonymous violation notices I'd received. My stomach dropped. Before I could think, 2 patrol cars rolled up. Someone had called it in. Karen stood at the curb with the kind of face people wear when they think they've conquered Everest. "Sir," an officer said, polite but direct, "we'll need to take that for testing." I didn't reach for it. I folded my hands and did something they never expected. I pulled my wallet, flipped it open, and set my federal credentials on the hood for everyone to see, not to intimidate, but to make a point. Department of Homeland Oversight, Director. The street went quiet. Karen went an even paler shade of plaster. The officers glanced at each other, the polite stiffness draining from their faces. One of them cleared his throat, then radioed his supervisor. "You didn't have to be a bully to start this." I said, quietly, more to the empty air than to Karen, "You planted something to get me in trouble. That's falsifying evidence." That's when the backyard camera footage, the very camera Karen bragged about using to keep everyone safe, became the neighborhood's karma. It showed her sneaking down the driveway the night before, small envelope in hand. She freezes in the live feed and then turns, eyes meeting the lens. Karen's knees buckled. She sank onto the curb as the officers read her the rights for trespass and tampering with evidence. The HOA president who'd loved to posture was suddenly just a name on a police report. By the afternoon, the neighborhood group chat was exploding. The HOA board removed her powers that evening, and the anonymous violation habit became a liability the board couldn't ignore. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't slam slamming doors. I showed a badge, the truth followed, and the whole thing unraveled.